Rapinoe's corner. She's going for goal and scores!
Megan Rapinoe, magic! Another nasty goal for Rapinoe.
This is some really cool legacy stuff for our group of players who, on the field and off, I think has been as successful as any group of players ever.
If you're not paying attention to this right now and what's happening in women's sports, you're sleeping on the whole thing.
Take control and never look back. Let's go.
I feel so honored to be able to have represented this country. It's truly been the greatest thing that I've ever done.
It's only a matter of time.
There is so much real work to be done on policies that continue to support equal pay, but also continue to fight against these injustices.
Just a huge win in ensuring that we not only right the wrongs of the past, but set the next generation up for something that we could only have dreamed of.
Goal! US wins!
I'm tougher than that.
Within the last 30 minutes, the doors opened at Lumen Field as a soccer legend prepares for her final regular season home game in the Emerald City.
And tonight, the stadium is expected to be packed. More than 33,000 tickets have been sold as fans gather to watch Megan Rapinoe break an all-time attendance record in National Women's Soccer League. Rapinoe has spent her entire career with the OL Reign in Seattle. Thanks for choosing King 5 tonight. I'm Madison Wade.
I'm Jessica Janner Castro. Tonight, Rapinoe will be honored for her career on the field and also her work off of it for equal pay and gender equality.
And members of the King County Council have a special gift for the star. After tonight's game, a proclamation for Megan Rapinoe Week. We have team coverage tonight as fans prepare for one last home matchup. Natalie Swaby is hearing from those fans tonight.
Let's start, though, with Jake Garcia. Jake, you sat down one-on-one with Rapinoe ahead of tonight's game.
Yeah, that's right. Megan Rapinoe's national footprint has been extremely well documented. She led the fight for equal pay. She's been vocal about LGBTQ plus rights, and she supported Colin Kaepernick's protests when nobody else did. But her impact here in Seattle has been just as meaningful. I sat down with Rapinoe yesterday to talk about the legacy that she leaves in her home city. The OL Reign are saying goodbye to someone who meant the world.
Leader, fierce competitor. She's just who she is and lives it really authentically.
To someone who changed the world.
The impact off the field. Women's rights. There's no doubt we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her.
Words don't feel like enough, but on Thursday they were all we had. At times tough to find even for Megan Rapinoe. Her retirement tour gets to Seattle on Friday.
Hopefully I can keep it together tomorrow, but you can run and cry at the same time.
It's Rapinoe's last regular season home game. Fresh off a send-off with the national team where she said goodbye to her country, this time she's saying bye to her city.
To have like the safety and just like home that I've had here has been, you know, huge for me.
Rapinoe spent 11 seasons in Seattle, every season in Reign franchise history. She was there for the early days when the team couldn't buy a win.
I was like, am I really for real going to like the worst team?
And also couldn't buy adequate facilities or resources.
Early days of the Reign where we had nothing, we were always trying to fight for more. And I think we always knew that the most powerful voice in the room was Pino.
For head coach Laura Harvey, the relationship with Rapinoe has been life-changing.
I was a young coach when I came here. I was 32. And I'd never lived authentically. Being around someone like Pino, yeah, she, you know, gives you the platform to think that you can be whatever you want.
How much joy does it bring you that you are leaving women's soccer overall, both in Seattle and across the country, in a better place than what it was when you started?
A lot of joy. You know, I think through a lot of struggle. I think that's how we've kept our sanity, is like through the joy.
Rapinoe says that joy will fuel Friday's farewell.
It's really special to see the impact that, you know, I've had.
Not so much a somber goodbye.
I've given to Seattle just as much as Seattle has given back to me.
But a celebration from a city that's now family.
Rapinoe, and that one slotted through the left side.
I know this is the end of my career here, but I feel like it's just the beginning in so many ways.
Rapinoe, of course, has accomplished so much on the field as well. Olympic gold medals, World Cup trophies. She's actually, though, never won an NWSL championship during her time with the Reign. The club has made it to 8 semifinal appearances, but has never finished the season on top. Right now, with 2 games to go, the Reign are holding on to a final playoff spot, and Rapinoe said going out a champion would certainly mean everything. Fans starting to pile in here at Lumen Field. Right now, we send it outside the stadium to King 5's Natalie Swaby.
Oh, Jake, I want to show you out here, fans are lining up to leave a note of gratitude for Megan Rapinoe. They're able to get flowers here and take pictures as well. I've talked with a couple of fans who traveled hours to get here. They said they had to be here. They described Rapinoe as an incredible human on and off the field, and they're fired up to send her off in a fitting fashion.
We're writing notes for Megan.
Today, fans are saying forever Rapinoe as they line up to scream loud.
Forever Reign!
And celebrate OL Reign legend Megan Rapinoe, who's retiring as one of the most accomplished athletes in the sport.
The fans and our players have such a strong relationship.
Reign PA announcer Shelley Hart calls it an incredible career.
Megan is a part of the OGs, as we call it, behind the scenes with, the inaugural season of OL Reign.
Rapinoe's achievements include helping her team win 2 World Cup titles in 2015 and 2019. And an Olympic gold medal in 2012 with the United States women's national team. Off the pitch, she was an outspoken advocate fighting for racial equality, LGBTQ+ rights, and equal pay in the U.S. Soccer Federation.
It is a long-time relationship between an incredible player who has given back in a world way, not just here in the Northwest, but she took that platform and she took it all the way in that colorful Megan Rapinoe way that she has, and boy, hasn't she made a difference.
All right, I want to show you what the fans are getting out here. Here are the flowers, and it says on here, you can see Rapinoe's face there, celebrating a legacy, and the pictures here. Job well done. Everyone's getting these, very excited to get these as they get ready to head into tonight's match. Madison, Jessica.
Natalie, those flowers are beautiful. Tell us what it's like out there. What is the feeling? Is it bittersweet? Is it celebratory, sad?
I talked with a fan who did say it is bittersweet, but they said they had to be here to say goodbye, and they're also excited for the future. The mood out here is definitely excitement, so it's going to be a great night. Back to you guys.
Natalie, thank you. Enjoy it out there. And tonight's game starts in less than 60 minutes at 5 p.m. We have coverage planned all evening long leading up to that.
And ahead at 4:30, we will take a closer look at Rapinoe's impact on and off the field as fans prepare to watch her don the OL Reign jersey for perhaps the final time at Lumen Field. We want to get to your forecast now. We definitely are seeing a lot of sunshine out there, and it's good news for the game tonight. It's going to be a perfect match, right, Adam?
It is going to be a perfect match. The sun came out and warmed us up today. We saw quite a bit of a wind shift, so with that offshore flow, there are a lot of 70s out there. It's going to be perfect here into the evening. So let's take a look at that forecast. You can see we're going to be around the low 70s to start off the match, and then we drop down into the 60s as we go deeper and deeper on into the evening. Sunny and warm, going to be more the theme here. Kick off again at 5 p.m. Those winds are not terribly breezy, but because they are coming from more out of the east, that's going to help to keep things fairly mild. And then tonight, too, that'll keep that fog from really developing as much as it has here over the past few days. Here are winds that you can see more out of the north and the northeast, anywhere between about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Check it out there in Forks, 82 degrees right now. Check out all the 70s that we have across western Washington, and tomorrow's expected to be maybe even slightly warmer. Pretty quiet here across the state as well as far as any sort of rain, still keeping a lot of that off to the north. Here's your forecast into the evening. We drop down into the low 50s, just a few of those clouds for early tomorrow morning, and then it's nothing but sunshine and warmth again into your Saturday. Changes on the way next work week. We'll talk about that coming up.
Adam, thank you. We'll check back in shortly. New information tonight out of Tacoma. Police there have made an arrest in Tuesday's shooting that killed a beloved business owner. The shooting happened on South Ainsworth Avenue around 1 p.m. and police say a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old are now in custody. They're also believed to be connected to a convenience store robbery on Pacific Avenue on Wednesday. We spoke with family members and friends the day after the shooting who told us the victim, 60-year-old Charlie Park, seen right here, immigrated to the the U.S. from South Korea and ran the little store. There is a candlelight vigil planned for him at the store tomorrow night at 7.
School safety in Seattle, it's at the forefront tonight after 2 days after a fight and nearby shooting at Garfield High School forced schools into lockdown. King 5's Connor Board is joining us live now outside of Seattle Public Schools headquarters with more. Connor.
Several parents who were outside Garfield High School on Wednesday told me they don't feel like the district or the city is doing enough to keep their kids safe. Today, I brought those concerns to Seattle Public Schools leaders. 4 Seattle schools were put on lockdown or shelter-in-place orders Wednesday following a fight at Garfield High School and a nearby shooting after.
Whenever we have incidents that causes us to pause, it causes us to engage.
That same day, Nathan Hale High School was put on a shelter-in-place after it was reported a student brandished a gun at another student in the school parking lot. But Marnie Campbell with Seattle Public Schools says they have not seen an increase in guns being brought to schools.
We are, however, getting more reporting about potential concerns, firearms and potentially other weapons, and that just means that our system is working as it should.
Several parents waiting outside Garfield for their kids Wednesday said they want the school district to do more to protect their kids.
What is your message to parents about how you guys are working to keep kids safe?
That is our primary focus, and we're making the improvements and the adjustments we need to make.
Some parents want metal detectors and security guards. Campbell says those ideas are never off the table, but right now they're focusing on other things.
Making sure that we are keeping our doors locked, something as basic as that. And then making sure that anyone who enters the school immediately signs in the main office.
And it has almost been 1 year since a student was shot and killed inside Ingram High School. Coming up tonight at 5, we'll hear the safety improvements that the school district has been making since then. In Seattle, Connor Board, King 5 News.
Seattle police are investigating after 2 people were stabbed downtown. It was first reported by a Metro bus driver. This happened near the intersection of 3rd and Pine. A second victim was later found near 3rd and Stewart. Police did recover a knife near the area, but officers are not sure if it's the weapon used in the stabbing. No word on any suspects involved at this point. Also in Seattle, firefighters are monitoring for hot spots at this abandoned building that caught fire overnight. This all happened at West Harrison Street and 2nd Avenue West, near Climate Pledge Arena. No one was hurt, but Seattle Fire says this is the 3rd time this year they've had to respond to this building for a fire.
New details in a deadly crash in Snohomish County. Troopers say Marysville police were pursuing a driver on suspicion of second-degree assault. They say the 32-year-old woman driving a Cadillac Escalade took the exit from southbound I-5 to Highway 528. That is where the vehicle left the road and hit a tree. The woman later died at the hospital.
Still ahead on King 5, our experts are breaking down the trial of 3 Tacoma police officers in connection to the death of Manuel Ellis.
Their reaction to week 1 and the message from his family.
I've been to Afghanistan. I've done some crazy stuff in my life, and that was probably the craziest thing I've been through in my life.
A survivor of these flames in Spokane County shares his story, his healing journey after escaping the Oregon road fire.
And ahead at 4:30, those living on the San Juan Islands are only expected to work 32 hours a week instead of 40. We're going to look at how this could impact first responders.
And throughout the hour, we are highlighting all of Megan Rapinoe's accomplishments tonight. On December of 2019, Megan was named Sports Illustrated's Sports Person of the Year. She was the 4th woman to ever receive the honor in the award's 66-year history. We'll be right back.